All right, guys, welcome
Oh,
back.
we're not doing this. Okay.
Welcome back to the Star Rail Express.
We're not there yet. Anyways, Paul, if you could explain your character not only for the camera but also for the people here in the call.
All right, so Vernon is a sentient anemone, not the sea creature. It's a type of flower.
Yeah, the flower.
It's lovely. He's a small flower in the head of a gardening robot. He cannot, Vernon, I should say, cannot move, speak, hear, or manipulate objects. He's just a sentient flower. But with the assistance of his robot, Manny B648, he is able to go around the world and use Manny's senses and ability to manipulate things. Um, Manny B648 is a gardening android. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you actually explained this to me. They were on a spaceship?
Hmm?
Gardening planet? Oh yeah, a preserve planet?
Preservation plant, not a
Preservation
what
planet.
it's not a preservation planet. I know the word. I just can't remember it. I literally told you. It's gonna be the stupid antimatter legion again. That stupid 5 minutes trying to remember an entire faction. I was gonna
Antimatter
go
Legion.
crazy. I was gonna go crazy. Crazy,
What's the
apparently.
Antimatter Legion?
Something you won't have to worry about for a while. Luckily,
Need.
Charles had to worry about it.
No, they're the main enemies, right?
Sort of, yeah.
The bad boys.
God, what did I call it? I love remembering things. And by love, I mean I just don't remember things. It's not a preservation planet. It's God. Why?
National Park planet?
Yeah, it's like a natural park or whatever, and
Yeah, I think you just described it as like a national park.
yeah. What did I delete the message for it?
Uh,
Oh my god. Sanctuary. A sanctuary planet. That's the word.
mm,
God. Yeah, it's a sanctuary planet.
Loris nerd.
So basically, imagine like a national park or specific areas of the planet that are like you can't
Mhm.
mess with the ecosystem, but like for the entire planet because there's
Mm.
planetary travel. That's what I wanted to get across. Anyways, did you mention element and path?
Element. So in this wacky wild gotcha game system, I am a Nihility character. I toss out debuffs, and just because of how my character got set up, he also tosses out some buffs and healing because he's a cleric and he has a lot of those. Um, I deal fire damage. I deal AoE type damage. Um,
Yeah,
I feel like I'm forgetting one more thing.
I I think that's about it.
Yeah,
The rest of it could
fire,
be
debuffs,
done through
AoE.
whatchamacallit, through actual combat. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
ended up as kind of a
There's not gonna be
weird
combat in this.
general.
Totally, everything's gonna be fine.
No, totes. I'm on a sanctuary planet. There's nothing here that can
Yeah,
hurt me.
there's nothing here. Seriously, what am I talking about?
I'm just a cool flower that developed sentience and the cool robot that decided to pick him up.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
All right, well, I we can formally begin then. So, um, I guess for Charles and Nathan, their whole thing was I had like an actual script. This one's gonna be a lot more open ended. For them, I said like, "Hey, so interrupt me whenever when you want to say stuff, but you're kind of just gonna be
Hmm.
doing your own thing, following stuff that I say. So
Neat.
good on you for making something that I can't make an actual script for.
Yay!
So, we are going to start you off after one of your recharging cycles. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, how long would you say those last again?
I don't know. Depends where I'm charging. This is a sanctuary planet, so I'm probably coasting on solar right now. So like,
Yeah, I'd say you're
you
kind.
know,
You would be
I'd
placed like
say
in the middle of where I'm currently streaming
I'd say a
the
full
background.
day of like full 24 hours of folding out solar panels and being like, wow, wow, wow.
I'm thinking like the Wally solar panels.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angelica.
No,
Yes,
exactly.
Wally.
Precisely.
Anyways, yeah, you're gonna wake up like that. Uh, I'm assuming you're not looking at the stream. You may do so if you are not doing that.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's
I
that's
think
where
I
you
am.
are currently at. That's where you currently are. Just kind of like in the middle of this dense forest next to a campfire because it gets a little chilly at night. Anyways, what would be your general daily to-do list, so to speak? What do you do?
Hmm. Well,
What does Vernon and Manny prefer to do in their day-to-day life?
Manny doesn't really have desires. As he wakes up, he's gonna speak aloud. Entity, Vernon, new directive, find, new place. And he's gonna start trooping off.
So they're just gonna go off in a
No, they
undecided
just want to find
direction?
something new. Yeah,
All right.
if they see something interesting, Manny might decide like, hey, well, Vernon might decide, hey, time to go over there, Manny. But yeah,
Um, while you're walking around, I would like you to make a perception roll.
all right. 20. I have, I have,
What's your
what's
perception
it
looking
called?
like?
Proficiency. It's real nice, real nice, real good.
What's your passive perception, by the way?
My passive perception is a 16.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would
I
have
got a
made you.
17.
If I knew that it was 16, I would have just made you automatically pass. But yeah, 17 works
Neat.
as well. So as you're walking around, you kind of hear in the distance the sound of machinery and loud talking.
Hmm.
This is very weird, very not normal. You're kind of used to just being the only life form that exists on this planet. All the other ones
Disturbance
have kind of
detected
just
on Sanctuary Planet, and then I'll spit out some kind of code. A, B, C,
Oh, I
1,
just
6,
realized
5.
I've not been playing the correct music. I've just been letting
Is this Mario music?
this is crazy. I just noticed it because it was very out of place for this section. The previous music has been fine, I guess.
Get some classical jams going on here.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I set up actual music. I just forgot to because I guess the music was just fitting or something.
Bro, give me some Beethoven Second Symphony.
There we. I'm not doing that. Sorry, that's just not happening.
Oh,
Okay,
oh yeah,
there we go.
crank that shit, Soldier Boy.
Ah.
Oh,
All
all
right.
right.
So you're gonna just walk over there?
Yeah. Vernon wants to see it. Manny knows he should probably do something about it. He's gonna start trooping on over,
All right. So um
walking through the beauty of nature, enjoying it. Bird flutters by, lands on his shoulder as he goes.
yeah, I guess you should be fine to not roll a stealth check because you are going towards loud machinery, so it'll drown out the noise. And your character doesn't seem the kind of guy to just trip and fall out of nowhere.
No, no, Manny's pretty deliberate. He's not quiet, but he's not clumsy.
Yeah. So as you walk into this clearing in the woods, a very unnatural clearing, you notice tree stumps of cut trees. With in the middle of it, this large section of now cut greenery are a few uh like it's just large machinery here and there with like saw blades and everything. Just think like general futuristic wood chopping technology and stuff.
Hmm.
And there's also a good group of guys here. Um, let me try to get.
Entity Vernon has detected interlopers on Sanctuary Planet. Spits out code again.
Let me get images.
Interlopers
An
are performing
image.
illicit activities.
That's get an image of what the people look like. Because no way am I going to be able to describe this myself.
Crimes listed as trespassing, illegal logging, environmental damage to a sanctuary planet.
God, I copy image, paste image. There we go. That's what they generally look like. Kind of like fully armored with visors and everything.
It's got a spear.
They don't have the spears because they're
I
actively
see.
like moving around with the machinery and everything, actively cutting down
Hanging out,
trees and
doing
whatnot,
things.
yelling at each other. I don't know. I don't know how.
Actively being nuisances.
Yeah, like hey, cut down trees over here. Be careful. Don't want to cause problems. All of that stuff.
Destroying my nature.
Yeah,
Losers.
losers. There's also quite a general like they've kind of like set base in this area, so to speak. There's like crates of stuff around here and there. There's
Mhm.
a ship nearby, stuff like that.
Ah.
You could probably guess they've been here for like a solid week or something.
Hmm.
Been here for at least like a good while. So what would you like to do with these interlopers?
Directive. Contact local authorities.
They're gonna walk up to him.
Nah, dude, I don't know, is there a security force on this garden planet? Like I'm a garden robot here. Is there?
As far as you know, there is nothing else. You are like the only entity that has actually survived over the years.
Hmm.
The rest of them have kind of just like rotted away.
And I'm guessing I don't have Wi-Fi.
Nope.
All right. Well then, Manny puts it up to Vernon. You know, he doesn't have anything to do with this. No directives to follow here in this case, since he's exhausted all of his options. Um, yeah, Manny's gonna decide. Let's talk to him. So yeah, he's gonna march up.
Then I'll march up to them.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, they're gonna take notice to you, kind of just clomping up, and they're gonna yell at each other, shut down the machinery, kind of group up.
All right, Manny will speak up. Attention, trespassers! You have entered the zone labeled Sanctuary Planet, and then spits out code again. Please defer yourselves to local authorities and cease operations on protected planet.
They're all just gonna look at each other for a little bit, while the one that kind of looks like a leader walks up. Hey, so I assume you're one of the residents here, correct?
I am gardening bot. Um, fuck, what's the code called? Designation Manny B648.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a lot more. Hey, so sorry to tell you this, but we're kind of allowed to do this. Admittedly, we weren't told that there was gonna be any other life forms here, so kind of a surprise for you to walk up out of the forest and, you know, start talking to us.
Please extrapolate on appropriate legal measures to authorize logging expedition in Sanctuary Planet code.
Uh, hey, did you two take the paperwork here? The other two just kind of look at each other, shake their heads. Uh, so, I mean, we do have the paperwork, but it's not here with us right now.
Please cease current activities and return with proper government permit.
Look, Manny, I'd love to, but we were given explicit orders to not stop. So, we'd love to go over this whole, you know, diplomacy spiel, but if we
Entity
want to keep our
Vernon
jobs,
has directed inquiry. Why?
why like why can't we leave?
Entity Vernon has provided clarification. Why logging?
Well, lots of people need this wood, and this place has a lot of wood. That's at least all we were told. Don't
Further
know where this place
inquiry.
is getting shipped.
Who?
Uh, sorry, but that we were explicitly told not to share that information. It's way above our pay grade.
Further inquiry. Why?
Uh, look, I I wish I could tell you everything, but if we don't start chopping down these logs in the next like 5 minutes or so, our boss is gonna have our heads, and I'd personally prefer to stay alive.
Directive from Entity Vernon. Stop.
Sorry. Look, I really don't like having to repeat myself. I told you we can't stop. Like, there's no not stopping. We can't just stop.
Entity Vernon requests communication with higher authority.
He then turns around to the other two. Hey, is this guy even listening to me? Like, I swear he's just repeating code at this point.
Entity Manny is listening with 100% maintenance quality. Audio recording is operating with full integrity.
I don't know what to say at this point. This guy's like actively getting like pissed off at this point. He's like, I please, we just want to do our job here. We were told to do our job. We're gonna do our job. We're being paid for this. Just please leave us alone so we can continue doing our job.
Entity Manny cannot do this directive.
Oh my god. This man, it's like talking to a brick wall. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Manny is a semi-sentient robot. Like literally, yes.
Or I guess in this scenario, a metal wall.
Entity Vernon has instructed the use of force to disable efforts.
So we're going there, huh? Look, pal, I'd personally suggest against it. I um
Entity Manny has communicated protests to Vernon. Entity Vernon No.
Okay, one of the other guys in the back is just gonna yell, "Hey, boss, let's just scrap this rust bucket and get on with it, okay?"
Entity Manny detects threat to entity Vernon, activating defensive measures, and he's gonna flip out his heat beam out of his hand.
All right, cool. We're gonna initiate combat now. That is,
Woo!
you are specifying to initiate combat.
Yup.
All right.
That's what we call escalation, baby.
I straight up like started losing on like what I could say because I'm like, I straight up having a conversation with a brick wall here and nothing is changing. All right. Let us
All right, yeah.
initiate combat.
Initiative. Oh yeah, that's a 10.
Wonderful. Good
Manny
job.
about to go pew 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 on these motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
Got the heat ray blicky.
What is it? What did you get again? 10? Oh, geez, you have a negative to dex?
Yep.
Literally me.
Yeah, I have a -1 to dexterity and a -1 to charisma.
Oh my god.
But I have a +4 to wisdom.
Okay. Wait, I have an actual battle log. I forgot. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I can just. Wow, I forgot.
Right, we should use Terraria music for this campaign.
Let's see. I know for a fact most of this is copyright free, so.
Oh shoot, that's right. We're recording this.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I know. It's sad. But also, the soundtrack is kind of good, so, like, suck it.
No, yeah, this music kind of hits. But, like...
And this isn't even, like, themed
Terraria
correctly entirely.
Dude, you know what? You know what isn't copyright?
Your mother.
Beethoven's Second Symphony. Yeah, let's go! We got him!
Okay. So, the guy in the front, the one who was talking to you for the most, he's gonna go first. He's gonna pull out a spear with the super cool magic that exists in this world for no reason. I don't know. People can just pull weapons out of nowhere. He is going to run up with a spear and
Bro just
try
pulled
to
the
slash
spear
you.
out of his inventory?
It's sort of like, I described it that you guys can get all of this too. It's like, Eldritch Knight, where you can summon the weapon to you from any location. It's basically...
So literally inventory.
Basically. It's kind of just like a thing everyone can do for some reason. I don't know. Don't ask me. Gotcha game stuff or something. Anyways, does a 17
Gotcha
hit?
game something something.
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, probably should have got this character sheet to you beforehand.
All right, 5 damage. How much health do you have, by the way? Just to like.
I have 9 hit points. That's not the worst part. I have an 11 AC, Ryan.
Hey, better than Nathan over there with 7 hit points. But at least he has AC.
Yeah. Maybe should have taken a. Maybe should have taken a shield.
Maybe. Anyways, yeah, that's 5 damage.
Yeah, I take it.
Amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a shame. My only like real thing I ask from cleric requires me to have another person. Crazy.
Yeah, who would have figured? Anyways, the second guy is going to go now.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and then you'll get your turn. Don't worry. He's gonna pull out a gun, just like a space
Oh,
blaster or something.
how do you know there's three, Charles?
What do you?
Right, is there three? Is there
There,
three of them?
there's three. I, I thought I specified that. Well, I didn't exactly
Well,
specify. I
Charles
did
heard
kind of
you,
just say
but
there's like a group of guys, but yeah, I definitely specified. Did you? Are you not looking in the battle log channel?
oh,
Yeah, I'm
oh
gonna
yeah,
set up
no, I
turn
didn't.
order
Yeah.
there.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, look at that. Crazy.
That way I don't have to log it on my own. Anyways, what's your AC again? Just to like make sure.
11.
11. Okay. Wonderful. Does a 10 hit?
No, because I
Yay!
have 11 AC.
Okay,
Right.
I was just making sure. I gotta check. I gotta do my job as a DM, I gotta say. Anyways, it's your turn now. You may
All
go.
right.
Look, I'm not gonna, like, not ask AC.
Hmm. I need a skill point to use my skill.
You don't worry about skill points for this. I specified that for everyone as well, so it's like, you can use, this is a test to see what your stuff does. So,
Okay,
like,
cool.
you can use skill points as much as you want, and right now you have, I believe, 4 energy.
There are 4 energy. Sick. All right. I'm going to activate Thorny Roots. Um,
Yeah,
Let me think. I didn't actually think about how, like, well, what's my animation for this?
yeah. You have to think about that.
Hmm. That doesn't make any sense. All right. Well, doesn't need to make sense. Manny's gonna send out like a ping of green lights, and Vernon's gonna kind of like shift around in the terrarium on his head, and ground's gonna start wiggling as thorny vines pop out and grab all these nerds in a 20-foot square originating from a point within range. Are all these guys within a 20-foot square?
I'd say so. They were pretty. The guy was kind of like 5 feet in front of the other guys. If we're going by like squares here, so he moved
Sick.
like 10. They're like barely in range, kind
Then
of.
for 3 turns, these plants will turn the area into difficult terrain,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever they enter the area for the first time each turn, or end their turn in the area, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna reword that.
Well, I mean, you worded it just like D&D spells, I believe.
Enter the area each for the first time each turn, or ends its turn in the area.
It's worded
But that would
correctly.
infer that if they enter the area and then sit in the area, they take the damage twice in one turn.
I'm personally going to say that doesn't happen. That's one instance. I mean,
Cool.
that's how it's
Do
worded in
they
D&D for spells like that.
uh,
So,
do they take the damage for me casting it onto them?
I mean, you're basically just casting like a cantrip with the ability to restrain. So like,
But hey, wait.
um, I think your damage for at least this one should be guaranteed because you're not really dealing too much. If you don't deal damage guaranteed for this, you're dealing like no damage, basically.
Yeah.
And I'd rather you
All right.
like at
So
least be doing chip, you know?
in that case, Each creature takes 1d12 fire damage, and then they must make a strength saving throw against my spell save DC, or be restrained until the skill ends.
I'm gonna say they're all restrained. They kind of weren't expecting it.
Cool.
They weren't expecting you to actually be able to fight back. They're like, whatever, this rust bucket is trying to fight back. And then he actually starts doing stuff.
Wow. Plans. Alright, so yeah.
Are you gonna
Itchy,
roll the
itchy.
damage?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to do that.
You're the one rolling the damage. I'm not rolling your damage.
Crazy.
Yeah, let me
That's a
roll
12,
all of your guys'
baby.
damage. Oh my god, 12 damage. Jesus. Yeah, they're definitely having... I'd say that's even why they're all guaranteed stuck, because you, like, got them good. There's, like, cuts in their uniforms and everything, too.
Oh.
They're just struggling to get out.
When I deal damage to an enemy with a skill, spell, or attack, I apply a stack of fatigue to them. So each one has a stack of fatigue.
Yep.
Woo! Alright. And yeah, then with them restrained, I will move 10 feet back so I'm away from this spear nerd.
Cool. I forget that's something you just do when they're restrained.
Yeah. Can I attack? Wait. They might have...
I think...
Are we restraining?
They might not be able to attack. I can't remember. There's too many
I
status
think they have
conditions.
disadvantage.
There's too many status conditions in this, in 5e.
They have disadvantage.
Restrained. 0.
And no restrictions to their reaction, so yeah.
Cool.
Let me spear, idiot. I bet he can't hit me again.
He just throws the spear at you, piercing your heart. You're dead. Make a new character.
Alright, see you guys next week for session 02.
I am not doing that. I am not making another... I'm not drawing another character for you. It's hard enough making these things. I'm gonna try my best to make you guys not die, but also have, like, difficult combat.
Alright guys, next character is going to be a living lightning elemental. It's going to be so hard to draw.
No. I protest.
There's going to be a lot of details and, like, flowing colors.
Anyways, it's going to be Guy 3's turn. He is going to try his best to shoot at you. Right, I don't have this... I need to get used to not having a dice rolling... What's it called? Website up. Because I'm doing it with the bot now. Good thing this is disadvantage. Jesus Christ. I roll amazing for my enemies.
Are how skills work in the character building? Where is the explanation of how skills work? Aha, here it is.
Yeah. Alright. How much HP do you have again?
Well, currently I have 4.
Okay. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit.
Wonderful. Anyways, it's gonna be top of turn order.
What's been the running rule in other session zeros? Do skills take an action?
Skills take an action.
Sick.
You're basically casting like a homebrew spell, basically, like a souped up spell that doesn't cost mana or spell slots, I guess. But we're using a mana system because mana's cool.
Neat.
Thank you, Freerun. Anyways, so Spear Guy, I mean, he's just gonna struggle. He can't really get you. He got a spear. He's stuck. Womp womp. And then we're gonna have the other gun guy. He's gonna try to finagle his way to shoot you.
And they can spend a turn to make a strength saving throw to escape. Levant. And if they sit in there at the end of their turn, they take more damage.
Oh yeah, right. That's something. How much more damage? It's D12.
Another D12.
Okay, well I guess roll a D12 for
I
the
mean-
previous guy.
Yeah, roll a 1 for guy 3. That's a 10.
10 damage.
10 damage.
All right.
Rolling hot.
Yeah. At this point, guy's like one tap. Could like
Still alive?
could sneeze on him and he'd go down.
Ryan, I am one level 1 character. What are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they're also missing,
you guys are scary.
and now you impose disadvantage with a minus.
Yeah, but like, this dude has like more than 22 health?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I have to make the combat last for more than like 2 seconds, man.
Fair
HP
enough.
pools are ridiculous.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Okay, so is it disadvantage on? It's not. It's disadvantage on Dex saves. Yeah.
On dex saving throws and attacks.
Okay. So he's gonna try the one guy, the guy whose turn it is. He's gonna try to break free.
Yes.
Does a 10 work?
No.
Wonderful.
My DC is a 14.
Wonderful. All right. Impose damage on him then.
Bam! That's 5.
5? Okay. He's looking kind of worse for wear, but not like the other guy. All right. Now it's gonna be the spear guy. Or wait, no, that was the spear guy's turn. Sorry. Now it's gonna be the other guy's turn. He's also gonna try to break free, because he's like noticing. Oh wait, if I stay in this stuff, that's bad, and I don't want to stay in this stuff because that's bad. That's why the other guy didn't try to break free. He's like, oh whatever, I'm just stuck in vines, and then he just started getting like boa constricted in them. And the other two are like, oh my god.
With poison ivy vines, because this is
Yeah.
fire damage technically.
Yeah, like they're like holding in their screams basically. Oh, does a 6 work?
No.
Wonderful! Roll damage. If you could.
Woo!
I just realized I haven't been imposing minus. They're rolling horribly even without the minuses. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. That'll be an 11.
Alright, this guy's gonna be dead.
Ooh.
He's just gonna, like, I don't know, flop unconscious. I don't know how the vines work when they're down.
Oh, they eat them.
Oh. Really? Really? Do you want to have that, like, under your belt? I mean, if you want to, you can.
No. He falls unconscious.
Okay.
And they don't get off of him, but
Okay.
they do stop, like, actively constricting.
Yeah, he blows up in bloody viscera
Yeah, he explodes.
for no reason. Oh my god. Anyways, it is your turn again.
All right. I'm gonna use heat beam.
Good job, you're learning already, because this is where you would normally do that, because you have put down your field, and yeah.
Put out my heat beam arm, and I'm going to and send out a little laser of heat. I will not spread out the area. So let me see. It will be nice synergy. A dexterity saving throw on the guy with the gun.
Oh yeah. Cool. That works.
And I believe that he is at 2 fatigue.
Yes.
And has a disadvantage.
All of them that are currently alive, they are at 2 fatigue. So, dexterity saving throw, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to roll like that. Not a a D29. Okay, how's a 12 sound?
A
Oh wait, that's not even with disadvantage. I forgot. You also give them disadvantage. Okay,
yay.
yeah, how's a 12 sound?
All right, yeah, 12 does not succeed. DC 14.
Cool. The next roll I did was an 18, so
All right, then that is 2d4 damage for 8.
jeez, these rolls are crazy. Which guy
Dude,
were
I've
you
been
aiming
rolling
for? Were you aiming
hot.
for the boss guy or the
Dude
the
with a
gun guy?
gun.
Dude with a gun. All right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that guy's down for sure. He's at like 2 HP or something.
Entity Vernon has applied adjective foolish to interlopers.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that. The spear guy's still trying to get out. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Cool.
And yeah, no, listen, can't really say the heat ray causes him to go unconscious. This isn't a sauna ray. Or the
Nah, don't
laser.
worry. No, don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I do enough damage to him, and then he like does the video game like blink thing, and he just disappears.
He it's like the that one gun in Half-Life where you just shoot like an energy ball and then he disintegrates.
Not gonna lie, I'm admitting a sin here. I've never played Half-Life.
Man, okay. Anyways, it's gonna be the spear guy's turn. This is like, is that Charles? Yep, yep. It was Charles. I knew he was gonna have something to say. Anyways, spear guy is gonna try to break free. Maybe for his, you know,
Yeah,
last chance here. How does a 17 sound?
sounds good. Sounds like he's free.
Wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. Did you say it takes an action to get out?
Yeah,
Okay, I just
we
wanted
might need to
make sure.
change that.
I I think it's fine.
We'll see.
I think an that's how most restrained spells work. Like even what's it called? Hold person works like that, I believe.
Uh,
And it leaves
don't
bonus
remember.
actions and whatnot still. But anyways, he's gonna break free. I don't know, use his spear to kind of like cut the vines off of him. And
Does
then
a freaking cool guy move, spins the spear all around, and slices all of the vines away.
yeah, and then he's gonna run up to you, but he was like super tired from, I don't know, doing the super cool thing.
He screams with rage and then runs up at me.
Yeah, he's just like very angrily staring at you.
And I'm gonna heat ray him.
All right, are you gonna
All
do
right.
that?
Yeah, that's another dexterity saving throw.
This time without disadvantage.
Oh wait. What's the spell sickness? Does that
That doesn't
does
apply.
that count for basic attack?
That doesn't apply.
Sick.
Those aren't technically spells. Those are things you can just like do. Spells are like,
Wow.
I use mana to cast, a literal spell. These aren't spells.
I see.
How does a 15 sound?
Sounds like that passes.
Alright, cool. Oh god, I just realized you could have used your ultimate like this entire time.
Yeah.
Wait.
My Vernon, my ultimate isn't. In this situation, it's not super good.
What is it again? Oh yeah.
So, are ultimates to also take an action?
They are like a legendary action. You could use it literally right now because he is going to take his turn.
I use it right now.
Alright, cool. What
He gains one additional stack of fatigue. And for
how
3
would
turns.
how would you say this works?
Alright,
Explain the super cool thing that you're doing.
So I heat ray him, and he dodges to the side, and I just clip his arm a little bit. His arm's a little bit toasty, a little bit singed, and he's getting ready to swing a spear at me, kind of rounding around like quarterstaff, and I, how does this work?
I'm asking you that, man.
I let out another burst of green light, like the one that raised all the vines, and the vines start going crazy, and they lash at him and try and uh, yeah, just poison him a bit more. They also crawl over all the other two dudes.
It could be something like, I don't know. I guess Crown of Madness is a good one where it like applies like what's it called?
Oh man,
Like a
that would have been a
thorny
cool idea for
like
this
a thorny
ultimate.
bracelet or something to them. Or like
Man,
instead of it going into like an area, it coils around like a body part, and every time they're attacked, the thorns
Ryan, I have these
dig in.
ideas a week ago. Crown of Madness would have been a great ultimate.
What was saying like it, like it looks like Crown of Madness, not it is Crown of Madness.
Like Crown of Madness. Anywho, yeah. Like some vines kind of launch up and like they genius. All right, he throws out a seed, and the seed like grabs onto his arm and starts growing, like wraps around his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. He gains one additional stack of fatigue, and for 3 turns, all enemies that have fatigue take additional damage equal to the number of stacks of fatigue whenever they deal damage,
All right,
or
cool.
whenever they take damage.
I feel like the guy, when seeing this, he's gonna like drop his spear in, like kind of scared almost, and he's just gonna try to deck you. Like he's over this.
Man,
Bro, at this point, bro's lost his job, so he's just making a
bro's
point.
ready to throw hands.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how this works.
Lost his job. Dude, what kind of union these guys got?
All right. How's an 8 sound?
That, thankfully, doesn't hit.
All right. Go ahead, big man.
Damn, no unions. That fucking blows.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be another heat ray. This guy's now at 3 fatigue, so yeah, dex saving throw with -3.
I'm gonna be honest. Describe how you kill this guy.
All right, Vernon. I mean, honestly, I'd like to spare him. All right, Main's gonna look at this guy, and he's gonna let out another green pulse, and vines rise up and grab the dude and hold him down. And Manny goes, Entity Vernon has labeled all remaining combatants as non-threats.
Cool. That all?
Yeah, that's it. And then Manny
Wonderful.
walks away to start melting some logging equipment.
Cool. You may do so.
Yeah. And I start liberally applying heat ray to logging equipment.
All right. While you are doing that, I would like you to also, yeah, just make a perception roll.
Yeah.
As I, what's it called?
20 plus 6.
As I set up
That's an
the
8.
music. Man, that's crazy. Okay.
Dude, I am into melting this logging equipment.
Cool.
All over it.
There we go. And then I'll also set up the next one, so that way that's also ready.
Manny's just clomping around, just like, ooh, chainsaw? Ooh, big, like, I don't know. Like the cat like dozer things that have like the big claw that they put
Yeah.
on a trunk and then cut it so it doesn't fall over. Wow.
All
Ooh, the
right.
axe machines from the Lorax. Great idea. Wow.
I was kind of thinking of that too, but I was really trying
Entity
my
named
best to not
Manny
describe
speaks
that.
for trees.
Bro, you are not the Lorax. Manny is not the
You're right.
Lorax.
You're right. The Lorax could never do this. The Lorax could never melt locking equipment.
You're so right. All right. So, I guess after you were very busy, just kind of, I
Wow.
guess, kindly scrapping the machinery, you spend some time looking around at the the base,
Hmm?
see if there's anything else you could find.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, dude, Vernon wants to look around.
yeah, there's a few stacks of paper here and there on the what's it called, the crates that are stationed there. One that definitely catches your not your mind, your eye. The one that catches your mind's eye is what I was trying to say for some reason. One that catches your mind. Mind? I said it
Catches my
again.
mind.
Oh my god, I'm horrible at this. One that catches your eye is a very bright red, almost poster. Um, Admittedly, I had hoped to have drawn this, or at least made it by now, but this is what we'll have to do. There's, at least what you can tell, there's like three figures on it, one female, one male, and then there's like, kind of like almost like a chibi monkey on it. And
Entity Vernon questions. What is furry creature?
there's also writing on it. And would you like to read it out, or would you like me to read it out?
Yeah, I'll read it out.
Okay. I don't know if you wanted to like read it out in character or something.
Uh, how should I? Yeah, I'll treat it out in character. I can't think of a good way to introduce this, but have you ever wanted to travel the cosmos, make new friends, and help people with what ails them, all while having loads of fun doing it? Then join the Trailblazers on the Astral Express. As the best conductor in the whole cosmos, I promise to you I'll make your stay feels as if you're right at home. If you're interested, come down to Minerva Space Station on June 17th, 4122, where members of the Express will personally see if you have what it takes. I hope to see you soon, and may the Trailblaze make your journey fast and safe. Entity Vernon displays interest in poster.
Cool.
Mhm.
Are you gonna like take it with you? What would you like to do with it before going on?
Um, Manny will snap a screenshot.
He could just do that.
Sure, dude.
He pulls
He's a
out his
robot. Why not?
iPhone 10.
No, yeah, like he kind of leans in closer, like kind of crones his head at it, and you hear like an audible click,
I didn't
and
know
he
he.
walks away.
I didn't know he could do that.
Oh, he
Anyways,
can, but it's not convenient. It's loud, and it requires that little head crone. It's very obvious.
hey sir, mind if I take a picture of your face real quick? Yeah, I guess. Just goes right in front of the guy's face. Audible click sound. Anyways, yeah, for the most part, as you look around the crates and everything, you kind of just see rations, more machinery stuff, backup generator, garbage, stuff that's not really all too useful. But you do also
Entity Vernon
notice
displays disinterest with environment.
what seems to be a pair of keys.
Ooh.
And well, I would hope that you know, what's it called? That Manny would be intelligent enough to be like, oh yeah, this isn't to like a car. This is to, you know, the spaceship that's like right near me. Correct?
In
I
the
would like to
like
reiterate that there's a spaceship right nearby.
as Manny is like trooping around and like doing all of this, like this whole thing, there is a constant like conversation happening between Vernon and Manny. And Vernon is just being very energetic, like crazy, just like, whoa, what is that? What is that? That's cool. What the heck is that? Oh, logging? Gross. And yeah, no, it's none of it's audible. Yeah, Vernon's going to go over, just kind of peer at it for a few seconds as that runs, and then Vernon will go, activating coolness routine. He'll pick up the keys and he'll do a sweet like flip the keys up into the
Oh
air
yeah.
and then like down into his hand, catches them. Coolness routine accomplished. Entity Vernon. Pleased. What is next directive?
Did he
Alright,
just
and then
did he
yeah.
did he like
Entity Vernon directs find um what's like the word for automobile, but like same vibe as automobile, but for spaceship.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Find operating vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he's gonna troop off to find that ship.
I would like to reiterate there's a spaceship right nearby.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go for it.
Okay.
Entity Vernon finds potential for grand adventures. Brand new grand adventures.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
mean like
spacecraft. That'll work.
I mean nearby as in like you can see it. Like you don't have to find it. It was like stationed nearby.
Yeah. And Manny's announced that he's going there.
Okay, thank you. You were saying a whole lot of words for saying like Manny goes to the vehicle.
Yep. And Manny does
Okay.
it.
Wonderful. So as you go up to the thingamajig, the spaceship, so to speak, um, there is oh my god, I hate how this. Anyways, there is a very visible symbol on the spaceship that looks like this.
That looks like that. Right. Are you going to like edit any of these images like onto the screen for the video or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, maybe I should do that. Wait, I forgot that's a thing I need to do.
Man, I'm glad I brought that up.
Oh lord. Oh my, yeah, I've just kind of been going like, yeah, here's the image. I should have been like figuring out how to put it on like OBS.
Well, I mean, I think it's fine if it's just like you go back in editing and like when you say, "Oh yeah, here's this," it pops up for just like 10 seconds. But I'm glad I mentioned that, so you didn't
Yeah.
just like
Um.
post this footage just raw, ready to go for YouTube.
Yeah. I kind of forgot. Anyways, are you
Yeah,
going
not the
to
hardest editing.
try to unlock it?
Yes.
I would like to say these look very similar to car keys. Like you have the silly lock button and then the unlock button.
Yep. Manny's going to try and hit the unlock button, and he's gonna accidentally hit lock several times, and he's gonna accidentally hit alarm, and the spaceship's gonna make a loud beeping, like real loud, like you know the kind of sounds of like you zoom out and like birds start like flying away.
No, this is straight up just like a car alarm.
Yeah,
Like a
no, straight
really
up.
loud car alarm.
Yeah, exactly. And like the whole scene like zooms out and like it's just loud beeping across the forest. Birds flutter away from this pile of trees,
Like it, this looks like a very futuristic spaceship, but it just makes normal car sounds. Since I think that's kind of
and
funny.
then Manny hits the unlock and it clicks
It
and it's
makes that
ready to
meh,
go.
meh noise. Yeah.
Is
So
this the VW bug of spaceships?
kind of. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what kind of car that
No,
is, but
that's perfect. That's my headcanon now.
okay.
Manny's driving the VW bug of spaceships now.
Okay. Yeah, man. But yeah, instead of there being like a, I don't know, think like UFO, a ramp goes down when you press the unlock button, something like
Yeah.
that. This is like a pretty decently sized spaceship too. Presumably, this is what was used to carry all of that heavy machinery, so it kind of makes sense that it's quite large. But yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
go into the now
Okay, so this
open
is this is
spaceship.
like the Volkswagen van of spaceships actually.
Sure, whatever you think,
And
man.
he's gonna stomp on up. Clomp, clomp, clomp.
All right, cool. But
Oh
yeah,
wait, I'm sorry.
mm-hmm.
Wait, wait.
Nathan, shut up.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm going up. I'm going up.
Okay.
I had a thought. I need to find something in the spaceship, and I need to go back and do something.
Oh,
Not
okay.
important right now.
Okay. Sure.
Let's investigate the spaceship first.
Okay.
Clomp, clomp, clomp.
Yeah, you walk into this spaceship. This is like generally like futuristic. I don't know. Think like the inside of the Millennium Falcon. Kind of looks like
Hmm,
that.
nice.
Or like futuristic, but you know, this is the kind of spaceship that the people riding along with it would kind of like live in for the travel time.
Hmm.
Because unfortunately, most forms of transportation are not instantaneous. Emphasis on most, much to Paul's dismay, apparently.
Okay. Wait.
We're not doing this rant.
Gotta go on to the
Oh,
my rage against the faster than light travel in this universe.
we're not doing.
Is fucking on rails across solar systems? Are you kidding me? Solar systems are flying around in different directions at incredible speeds. There is no physical connection that could stretch between solar systems that could you make new rails as you okay, Ryan, that's all you had to say.
I'm
That's
pretty
all
sure
you
I
had to say.
did
You
say
make
that.
new rails as you go.
I'm
No,
pretty sure I
you
did
just
say
said
that.
that a god made it work and it was magic.
That's the
You make
simple
new
explanation,
rails
and then I.
as you go. You stretch the rails. Okay. It all makes sense now.
Well, yeah, which works because the god made it work.
Oh, and dude, if a solar system is getting close to another solar system, the rails just they get like pressed in, but they're going between solar systems. They just go into a star and get disintegrated. It all works. Never mind. I love the system.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't get disintegrated because it's like space magic or something. There's an actual explanation for it, but it's
Ryan,
hidden
Ryan, you just
behind
Ryan, it
dialogue that
finally
I
all
forgot at
clicked
this
for
point.
me, and then you said no, that part's wrong.
No,
Like
it's right. It's just like,
no, because
I'm
if it
explaining
doesn't
further on it.
disintegrate in the star when
It
the solar
doesn't.
systems get pressed together, but what happens to the rail at that point? Does it just sit in the middle of a star and like poke out the other side if they get too close?
Probably. I don't know.
Dude, what have we just got like solar systems just like passing like pretty close to each other? Like if you have like two solar systems like passing like next door neighbors and they fly off away from one another, does the rail just like poke out like three solar system lengths either side and then like start stretching back in the other
Paul,
direction again?
Paul, Paul, Paul,
I hate the system again.
Paul,
Thanks,
Paul,
Ryan.
Paul. Back to session. I was like 5 minutes of yapping.
Great tangent, guys. All right. So Manny
Anyways,
gets in the spaceship.
cool. Um, would you like to specify what you're trying to look for in this spaceship?
All right. Well, first off, I'm just gonna walk around, check, see if there's anybody on it.
There is luckily no one on it. You assume that the three guys out there were kind of just the ones manning this ship.
Okay. Then I'm gonna search for the med kit.
Oh, yeah, you find one pretty easily. I don't know. You have high perception.
Cool.
You're like, you find it.
Next up, is there like a survival kit around here?
Um, describe survival kit.
I don't know. Like these guys get stranded on an alien planet. They got something that's like, hey, we can get clean water and shit.
That's what the crates were for. The rations.
Oh, cool. So they've already all got it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take this med kit down there.
Are you
I'm gonna make sure they're all alive.
Yeah, I'd say they're doing quote unquote fine. They're doing as fine as a few people that basically got torched.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The dude that got heat rayed is probably dead. Well,
I'd say like the armor he had is kind of like basically melted away, but like below that it's just like scorch marks.
you know,
Definitely doesn't
the
feel
only difference
good.
this really makes is whether I strand 3 men on a completely empty planet or 2 men on a completely empty planet. I'm gonna go around, destroy all their radios, and then I'm going back to the ship.
Damn. I
These guys need to learn to respect nature.
Cool. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to look for, other than the pilot compartment?
Entity Vernon is satisfied with fate of trespassers. Entity Vernon would like to embark on grand adventure.
Cool.
And yeah, no, I'm going to the pilot cabin.
All right. Cool. You go in there, and surprisingly enough, it's kind of simple in there. It's kind of, I don't know. I guess it would just kind of look like a car, almost. Like you have the steering wheel and everything. I don't know how spaceships look like, man. It's been a while since I looked at a sci-fi film.
Swag. Volkswagen.
I don't even know what the pilot compartment on the stupid Express looks like, so I can't say anything.
All right, I got it. So like literally this, but just spaceship. That interior.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, whatever you think.
Dude, maybe even like I'm sorry, file too big.
Womp womp. Anyways, we're gonna continue now. So yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stop being distracted by by Volkswagen vans.
Yes, please, thank you. All right, are you gonna put the key in? This is like a very like normal car key. You put it into ignition and everything.
Hmm?
You're basically turning on a space car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, crank this shit.
Crank
Turn
that
on
soldier
some...
boy.
Vernon doesn't know what music is.
He doesn't. You're right.
I'll think on that later. Yeah.
Is he just gonna crank it?
Well, not yet. He doesn't even know what music is. He doesn't know what an aux cord is yet.
Oh my god.
But yeah, he's gonna start this flight and rent. Like how long of a flight is this?
Well, I am going to say, you are gonna turn on the ignition. Try to. I'd say this thing has like one of those recent car like displays in the middle section with like GPS.
Mm-hmm.
One of those shows up. Vernon probably fiddles with it for a little bit, and all of a sudden, the entire spaceship turns off. and then a few moments later turns back on. And you hear someone moving through the spaceship.
Entity, Vernon, expresses exasperation. Alright, and Vernon's gonna flip out the heat ray, stand up, turn around.
Are you going to stay in the pilot section, or are you gonna like?
Now I'm walking out, walking to go
Okay.
find him.
All right, cool. It doesn't take too long. You kind of meet up with the quote unquote intruder. Technically, you're the intruder here, but what do I know? But
Mhm.
a decent, I guess it would be a very tall woman for you. For your character, since you made him kind of short. A pretty tall woman in generally, I guess just fancy attire. One of those like, God, what are those? I think I know what they're called. Like the hat.
What kind of hat?
It's like one of those big floppy hats. You know?
I like sombrero, but like the fancy kind.
I got an image.
Wait, like Lady Dimitrescu?
Yeah, like
Like
this,
her hat.
like this, like this kind of hat.
Yeah, no, like straight up Lady Dimitrescu hat.
Kind of, yeah. What, Angelica? What do you want? Sure.
Or
Yes. Bye. Sun hat.
do you mean like this kind of hat?
Did you post it in? No, it's
Uh,
not like that. It's
just a
exactly.
like
It's
okay, so
it's
for the video,
exactly
I
like a
like
hat that I
ball cap,
posted.
really long,
Yankee with full brim.
Yankee with long brim.
Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, this woman comes up to you, almost like shocked to see you here.
Entity Manny requests confrontation outside of ship. Entity Manny fears destruction of ship and damaging of adventure capabilities in resulting confrontation.
Um, I think she's gonna look like a little surprised, and then
All
just
right,
kind of
Mandy's
like,
gonna start marching
yeah.
towards the exit ramp.
I think she's gonna lead. She's gonna like signal to follow.
Yeah, sure.
You guys go through as the tapping of her heels kind of is like the only audible sound, and also the clanking of Vernon's
The
metallic
the
feet.
awkward silent walk to the appropriate battlefield.
Basically. So yeah, you two
Shit, just like Baki.
get out, and then she's gonna just kind of like inspect you a little bit before saying, "So you must be the one who took care of those three."
Acknowledgement.
Is that a yes? Just acknowledgement.
Yeah, it's like a nod.
Okay, cool.
Brother can't nod. Doesn't have the joints.
To be frank, I wasn't expecting an entity like you to still exist on this planet. It's quite a surprise, to say the least.
Entity Manny has long since and surpassed warranty.
Well, I suppose I must ask, what was your purpose in taking these three down, so to speak?
Um, Trespassers on Sanctuary Planet, and repeat that long code, were performing illicit logging activities or legal logging activities without proper permitting. Entity Manny took advice of Entity Vernon to put immediate stop to illicit activities.
Oh, it, I believe they didn't provide the proper identification then. Well, I suppose this shall do for you. She then puts out her hand, a form appearing in like a purple dust almost, giving it to you.
All right, yeah, Manny reads it over, activates like contract reading mode.
Yeah, sure enough, this is exactly the form that specifies, yep, uh, you could do this. These people could do that. It's
Entity
perfectly legal.
Manny agrees with qualifications of permitting. Entity Manny finds situation awkward.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry. If those guys just
Suggestion
decided to.
schmucks.
What?
A vocabulary suggestion schmucks.
Sure, let's go with that. If those schmucks decided to actually bring the proper papers, then this whole situation would have been avoided, so to speak. So I suppose they're the ones to blame. Truth be told, the only reason why I'm here is that I was notified that these three were. What wording? These three stopped working on this area, so unfortunately, as their boss in this operation, I had to come and see myself, much to my own dismay on how busy I was.
Entity Vernon expresses concern over property right of ship. Entity Vernon expresses concern over security of Grand Adventure.
Grand adventure, you'd say? Well, mind enlightening me on that, then.
Um, Entity Vernon expresses desire to visit. What was that? That poster again? What did it call it? Expresses interest in Trailblazers. Entity Astral Express. Uh, Entity Manny has been directed to attend event on June 17th, 4122. Most direct method of attending appears to be designation that ship.
I'd say a bit of a smile curls on her lips as she hears this. So, you wish to be a trailblazer then? Fascinating. Hmm.
Affirmation.
I suppose I shall do what one of my colleagues would call a bet. How about I let you take that ship completely free? But I suppose you just owe me a favor in the future. Does that seem like a good deal?
Entity Vernon expresses gratitude, suspicion.
Don't worry, I don't ask too much for my promises. It's going to be something simple. And you'll have more than enough time to get ready, so to speak.
Entity Vernon expresses inquiry. What is your designation?
Uh,
He's asking what her name is.
yeah, okay. Well, admittedly, I probably shouldn't be sharing this with you, but I suppose I won't mind sharing with a future trailblazer. You may call me Madam Gold.
Affirmation. Logged. Entity. Madam Gold. Gratitude. Logged. Madam Gold. Vernon expresses further inquiry. What is the reputation of trailblazers?
Well, truth be told, they, from what I have heard, have been not doing so well, but they've been known as a very benevolent force in the cosmos, helping those that need their aid.
Entity Vernon expresses happiness. comma, excitement. Entity Vernon expresses gratitude, excitement for journey, impatience.
Yes, I suppose I should have told you any longer. That ship there isn't the quickest, so to speak. I suspect that by the time you make it there, it'll be the day of the initiation.
Entity Vernon expresses relief that confrontation ended peacefully. Gratitude.
Oh, do not
Entity
worry.
Manny will be on way.
I am not one for fighting. I am much more of a talker.
Relief.
Well, I suppose to help you on our journey, she then looks at the spaceship. Spaceship, if you could, set autopilot to Minerva Space Station for our darling here. And then the spaceship just says out loud, "Okay, Madam Gold, destination set to Minerva Space Station."
Entity Vernon expresses excitement, alarm. Entity ship is Manny.
What?
Error correction. Entity ship is intelligent, like
Oh,
Manny.
oh, they're not very intelligent. You can just ask what you want, and sometimes they'll be able to.
Agreement, like
Yeah.
Manny.
Sure, like Manny.
Excitement.
Well, I suppose I shall be off now. I admittedly have things that I must attend to now.
Entity Manny expresses final gratitude. Goodbye. And
Well,
then Vernon and then Manny will turn around and start stamping up the ramp.
okay. I think the woman's just gonna silently wave goodbye. Just kind of like
Yeah,
watch you go up with a smile.
nice.
A totally not
Manny does
evil
not look
smile in the
back.
slightest.
Vernon, dude, excited to meet new robot.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Time to hang out with the ship, talk to it, listen to some music.
Cool. Is there anything in particular you would want to ask the ship before I
Mm,
segue us to the end of this?
nothing that needs narration, but lots and lots of very miscellaneous questions. Just like, oh man, what's that star? That one's pretty. Oh man, what kind of music is this? What's that? And then the ship just probably has no answers.
I'd say it'd be able to answer. It has like
It has
Siri.
Wikipedia function.
It has like Siri kind of intelligence.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. Yeah, it's lots of defining things.
Cool.
Picking up the common knowledge of le universe.
So yeah, you do this nice, gentle trip on this spaceship that was just kind of lended to you by that very kind and totally not evil woman.
Oh yeah.
You know, she totally
No,
has nothing bad about her.
yeah, no, Lady Gold is trustworthy.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah, much gratitude.
yeah.
Only slight suspicion.